Hashtag pray for Lou. Hold on a second. All right, guys, welcome. Welcome to the Lunch Money Show. I am your host, Pigskin Pete. Yes, one half of the co-host is here today. Uncle Lou had an eye appointment. What that means, I don't know. I don't know if he was going blind, had cataracts, or maybe he was just getting a checkup. I don't know. He did let me know he'd probably be late to do the show today. But apparently it ran over or something. He's not going to be able to make it. So I decided to come on by myself. And anybody who's been keeping up with the very, very serious Sleeta situation with the ingrown hair, I fear that Uncle Lou might have an ingrown eyelash and he might lose his eye. So everyone keep him in your thoughts. Nonetheless, we're going to go over some betting lines today like we normally do on the Lunch Money Show. Today is Beat Pete. Anybody who wants to beat Pete, $5 super chat gets you one entry. I will pick 5 games against the spread. You will pick 5 games against the spread. And if you beat me, then we will PayPal you $20. The show must go on, folks. The show must go on. Let's see who's in the chat here. Not expecting a whole lot of people to show up at 12 o'clock on a stream that wasn't planned. Or at least not for this channel. What's up, Goose Sports? Wilkie's in the house. Alan V. Troll Patrol. Golden Blue Dude. Richard Williams. Matt Dummett. Birick is in the house. Christian Morgan's here. Zach the Purdue fan. I'm seeing a lot of prayers going up for Uncle Lou's eyelash. Ingrown eyelash. Sports Expert 101. Did I say Birick already? I think I did. Jackson Porter is here. Yes, everybody's very concerned about Lou. Florida State Football Nation. How you doing, sir? CU Tigers win. Crimson and White 17. J-Dub 13120. J-Dub 1230. Says go BYU. Okay. Yeah. Look, guys, it never fails with the OBS. I've got an OBS glitch or something on my computer that I can't shake, so it always cuts off about 6 minutes in the stream. It won't do it again though, so you don't have to worry about that. Right? You don't have to keep. It won't happen again. Anyway, here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna look at the what do we do today? We do the ACC and the Big Ten. So on Tuesday's show, we did the Pac-12, the Big 12, and the SEC betting lines. So today we're going to look at the ACC and the Big Ten, and I'll just give you my thoughts, and I'll react to some of your thoughts as well in the chat. I may make it an actual wager or two here, right on live on the air for you to see, and then at the end of the show. For all the people that send in super chats, we will do the Beat Pete segment. Thank you. 1 second, guys. Let me pull up bet now. All right, here we go. I do have some good news. Since I had such a good weekend last weekend on Bet Now, I actually went and cashed out some money so I wouldn't lose it. Last time I got way up, I went ham and lost all of my winnings. So I did the smart thing this time. I cashed out a couple $100. Anyway, not that you care. So I did blow this up a little bit so you guys could see it better. I got some complaints about how it was too small if you're watching on a smartphone, so bear with me here. What's up, SEC dog? Country Tigers in the house. Pete, I got a hell of a story for you Friday night to preview the Virginia Tech game. Byron, we'll call in Friday night at 10 p.m. with the call-in show. All right, so let's start with Georgia Tech and NC State. Georgia Tech is a 7-point underdog at NC State. I'm not going to touch this one. However, I believe that NC State is going to blow Georgia Tech out. So I think I would probably take NC State at -7 here at home. I don't really like that number 7, to be honest with you. I wish it were 6 because I think they're going to win by about 7. I just got done telling you they're going to blow them out. But at the least, I think they'll win by 7. I really think it'll be more than that. I mean, NC State's offense is really good. Georgia Tech can't stop turning the ball over. And that'll be the difference in this game. So I'm not going to touch that one, but I do like NC State at -7 there. Clemson and Virginia Tech, -22.5. You know what I never do? For those of you who are loyal watchers and supporters of the Lunch Money Show, what do I always say? I never bet on Clemson. Ever. I say never, ever. I have before. I mean, maybe twice in the past 5 years. Maybe. -22.5. Are you kidding me? I'm betting this game. I'm going to do it right now on the air for you. I'm going to go ahead and check the box. And so I don't forget, somebody remind me in the chat. Once we get done going over these lines, I'm going to actually make the bet online. But I'm going to go ahead and check it. Take Clemson at -22.5. I think this line should be somewhere around 28, 27, 28. This is going to be a bloodbath, people. Clemson's getting healthier. Trevor Lawrence is playing his best ball that he's played all year. Maybe ever. Virginia Tech's got no offense. This is going to be a rout, folks. This might be 22 points at halftime. I don't really understand the line there. Maybe they're figuring that Clemson's going to blow them out and take their starters out to prepare for the ACC championship, but they've got a bye week, basically. They don't really need to do that. So I don't know. I don't get that. Take Clemson. Danny D-Rock says that's the kiss of death. Look, man, if I'm betting on them, I never bet on them. That tells you all you need to know. That's how confident I am about that. But usually whenever I'm, if that's my lock of the week, if that's the Pigskin Pete's lock of the week. I'm like 1-9 on my lock of the weeks. So I probably just screwed it up for everybody. Boston College and Virginia here. Virginia's a 4-point favorite against Boston College. Take Boston College. I think Boston College is a better team than Virginia this year. I like the 4 too. I like that number 4. Right? If it were 3, probably wouldn't touch it. But 4, I like the 4. Boston College all day. Richard Williams, thank you for the super chat, sir. He says it's windy as hell here, Pete. You know what? It's windy as hell here too. Maybe it's the entire East Coast. Matter of fact, I have like a wooden statue on my front porch. Right, it has a Clemson football on it. It's like something we bought at actually somebody gave it to us, but they bought it at like the flea market. Somebody makes these things. There's like these wooden statues with different teams painted on them and stuff, and it has our family name written on it. The wind blew that thing over and it broke. Now I got to fix it. Mrs. Pete said we need to get some duct tape for that. I'm not getting duct tape. I'm just going to super glue it back together. It's wood glue, whatever. Duct taping it. Jesus. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, take Boston College +4. Ohio State and Michigan State, minus 23.5. Ohio State is a favorite. If you guys have been watching, you know my rule. My rule is I bet on Ohio State every week, no matter what, because I feel like they're going to cover more often than they aren't. But guess what, folks? Guess what? I'm not betting on Ohio State this week. That's right. Now, if you were going to bet it, I would take Ohio. I mean, I'm not taking Michigan State. Forget that. Clearly, I think Ohio State has the ability to beat them by 30 if they want. Maybe they will. Ohio State's defense has been bothering me. And actually, this season, compared to last season, Ohio State's been kind of disappointing against the spread. They've only covered, I think they've only covered once or maybe two out of four. I can't remember. Either one or 2 out of 4. And mainly because of their defense. This game's in Michigan State, not that matters. I see Ohio State winning this by 17-20, maybe. Of course, it could be, if Justin Fields and Master Teague and Chris Olave go off and just have great games, they could beat them by 40. But as far as putting money on it, I'm not doing that. So I'm not touching this game this week. I'm going against my own rule. I'm breaking all the rules this week, folks. I'm breaking all the rules. I'm betting on Clemson. I'm not betting on Ohio State. I'm crazy. I don't know what got into me today. Nebraska and Purdue. Y'all see Mackenzie Milton's transferring from UCF. Do you think he'll go to Nebraska to re-link up with Scott Frost? Think? Maybe? Possible. That would be interesting anyway. Anyway, he's not there now, so it doesn't matter. Nebraska is... are they the most disappointing? It seems like we say this every year. Is Nebraska the most disappointing team in the Big Ten? No, Penn State is, and maybe Michigan. But Nebraska had high hopes, didn't they? I think they did. Give me Purdue. Purdue's pretty disappointing too. Man, the Big Ten's disappointing. Now that I think about it. Give me Purdue at -2. What do you guys think? What's up, Prince? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. Minutes. Yes. Slow time, Mike. Oh, yes. Okay, so he's talking about... Where is that? Where is that game at? I'll see it on here. We'll go to Penn State and Rutgers. But Showtime Mike in the chat here says a running back had 409 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's talking about the running back for Buffalo last week. Had 8 touchdowns in a game and over 400 yards. 8! There are players, scholarship players in the Power 5 that don't get 8 rushing touchdowns in their entire career. This guy got it in one game. That's unbelievable. And he's like 5'9", 195 pounds. He's not a huge guy. Super fast. But yeah, that's unbelievable. And Buffalo is a good team, yeah. Penn State and Rutgers. Write this down. You know what? Here we go. I'm marking it. Check marking it. Rutgers +11. If you really want to get frisky on this one, take Rutgers on the money line at +325. Yeah. But yes, +11. Rutgers is covering. You know what Rutgers is doing this year? They're covering like Ohio State did last year. They're covering almost every game. They are the Ohio State, as far as betting is concerned, of 2019. Covering like it's their job. Penn State sucks. Give me Rutgers. I'm betting that one. There we go. So far, I'm actually betting on both Clemson and Rutgers. Imagine that. Imagine that. There we go. Buffalo and Ohio. That's based on what that running back said. What's he going to do? Get 5 touchdowns this week and they're going to be disappointed? I'm not betting that because I don't know anything about those teams. Let's see here. Syracuse and Notre Dame. The worst team in the ACC is Syracuse, and that's, well, with the exception of a couple of outlying years, that's been the case for a while. But Notre Dame minus 33.5. Ugh. I'm not going to take Rutgers to win. I took the points. I took the 11 points. 33.5. Syracuse might not score a point. I'm saying that. I'm not even trolling or joking or anything. Syracuse might not score a touchdown unless it's some sort of weird special teams touchdown or a fumble recovery for a touchdown. I'm talking about an offensive touchdown. Syracuse's offense is as bad as it gets. It's about as bad as Kansas, maybe worse. I don't even know. The two of them, if they played each other, it'd probably be 0-0 at the end of this game. So Notre Dame can do what they want here. The game's in South Bend, too. Assuming it's going to be cold as shit, probably. I would actually take, now I think that seems like an inflated line, but I actually think 33.5 is low. This is going to be like 50-3. I'm not going to bet it though, but because I don't like, I don't like lines that high, but I think that's a no-brainer, really. I'm trying to pick my poison here. Not going to go crazy this weekend, Indiana and Wisconsin. What did I say? Or did I say that Clemson was the lock of the week? I changed my mind. Pigskin Pete's lock of the week. I know Indiana's quarterback is hurt. I get that. He tore his ACL. He's out for the season. That's terrible news. Indiana's a great team. But Indiana has not been winning all of these games that they've been winning necessarily on offense. They've been doing it defensively. They probably have the best defense in the Big Ten. Even better than Ohio State's. Which Ohio State might not even be in the top 3 best defenses in the Big Ten this year, honestly. I'm not saying Indiana's going to win the game, even though I think they probably will. I think they're a better team than Wisconsin, quarterback or no, hurt quarterback or not. And I also have it on good authority from somebody who actually knows stuff about the Big Ten more than I do, that the backup quarterback is just as good as the starter was. And as a matter of fact, that there was a lot of people in Indiana that thought that the guy who's starting now should have been the starter from the beginning. Give me Indiana plus 14. Lock of the week, folks. Plus 4. That's a lot of points, man. Just because if the quarterback wasn't hurt, who do you think? What would the line be? Are you telling me that if the quarterback was not hurt, that Indiana wouldn't be a favorite in this game? They would be at 14 points because of one player? No, man. Give me Indiana on that one. I'm betting that one too. So what have I betted so far? What have I checked so far? Clemson, Rutgers, and Indiana so far. The over-under on that one is 45, which is really low. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game though, so I wouldn't touch that. Iowa and Illinois. Iowa's a 13.5-point favorite over the Black Santa Clauses, the Lovey Smiths. Actually, you know what? I can't call him the Black Santa Claus anymore. He shaved that beard off. He doesn't have that big white beard anymore. So I can't call him that anymore. He did look like that last year, though. You guys remember that? Funny looking. Thank you, Definition 409. Pete, did Lou Chess Hall? did Lou Chess Hall you and do a no show? Yeah, he did. He did. Now, unlike Chess Hall, he did actually let me know ahead of time that he could possibly be late to the show, and he would let me know. After, what time was it when I texted him? It was like 12. It was like 20 after 12. He was about 20 minutes late. I texted him and asked him if he had an ingrown eyelash and if he was going to lose his eyeball. I was worried about him. He texted me back, said he wasn't going to make it back in time. So anyway, thank you, sir. Illinois and Iowa. I like the under in this one. I like the under 51. I don't think either one of these have very high-powered offenses. I don't know. I mean, if I was going to do the point spread, I probably would take Iowa because Illinois is awful. But it does seem, I mean, even for Illinois, 13.5 points at home is a lot to be an underdog. So I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. I do like the under probably more than anything on there. Under 51 in that game. Miami and Duke. Miami hasn't played a game in 3 weeks, right? No, they've had 3 weeks off. We actually talked a little bit about this game on the Tuesday show, just because I think, well, I don't know. Uncle Lou brought it up, I think, and I gave my opinion on it. He said he would take Duke. I don't know if he was trolling or not, but look, man, take Miami. My mind is Duke is so bad. Duke is disappointing even for Duke standards. Everyone, I mean, they had high hopes. I mean, David Cutcliffe is one of my favorite coaches in all of college football. I think he gets the most out of the least amount of talent. The ACC is perceived to be down last year, so some of these lower level teams in the ACC have a chance to win more games than they probably should. Things have turned out differently, though. Chase Bryce transfers from Clemson to go up there to take the starting job as a grad transfer at Duke with the quarterback whisperer David Cutcliffe. I thought Duke was going to be a 500 team. They're 2-7. They're bad. I think Miami's going to come out here and put it all over them. Maybe not like they did to Florida State, 50. What was that? 52-14 or whatever that was. I can't remember. It's been so long ago now. But Miami blew the doors off of Florida State. I think they're going to put a rout on Duke. 40-17, something like that. Even if they allow Duke to score 21, as long as they score 40, which I think they will, 40-21 is still 19 points, right? That's more than 15. So give me the Hurricanes minus 15. I'm actually pretty comfortable about that one. All right. I think that does it for all the ACC and Big Ten games. Unless I missed one, I don't think I did. So what I've done here is you saw the ones I checked. I took Clemson. Well, let's pull it up here. Add picks to the ticket. Let's see here. I took Clemson at minus 22.5. I took Rutgers at plus 11. And I took Indiana at plus 14. Those are three that I'm definitely betting, and I'll do it right now, actually. Let's see how I want to do this here. I'm going to put 30 on Clemson. 30 on Rutgers. And 30 on Indiana. And then there's probably two more games I'm going to bet, and I'll let you know when I do the Beat Pete segment. But I don't think I have anybody that's entered the Beat Pete. So we might not be doing a Beat Pete, which might save me $20 because I won't lose. Probably best for everybody. Definition 409 did send a $2 super chat. It's supposed to be a $5 deal for entry. Would I take Oklahoma State? Well, I would take the over in the Oklahoma State game. The Oklahoma State and TCU game is shit. It timed me out. I better not have to do this again. It better do it. Okay, it did do it. It did do it. I'm good. It took the bets. I want to make sure, though. Oops. It did because my balance went down. So I like the Oklahoma State and TCU over 51.5. I don't know about the line on that one, but I like the over 51.5. So my rule is with Big 12 games, if it's between 50 and 55, then take the over, no matter who's playing. It doesn't matter even if Kansas is playing. Which, by the way, I've won a couple of Kansas games this year by betting the over by who they were playing, but they didn't score a lot of points, but their opponent did. So, I also like a lot, and we talked about this on Tuesday, is Florida at minus 17.5. I think that's a crazy line. They're playing Tennessee. Tennessee's awful. I think Florida beats Tennessee by 4 touchdowns, most likely. I mean, Trask is healthy. Pitts is healthy as far as I know. I don't see any reason why they can't score 40 to 50 points on Tennessee. And Tennessee's offense is non-existent. So I think 17.5 is a bad line. Wilkie, thank you, sir. He's the only contestant in Beat Pete so far. He says, I will do it, but if I win, I will have to message you my picks this evening if that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No problem. Yes. And I'll just go ahead and declare you the winner because I'm going to get off here in a second. It's about time to get off. But thank you, Wilkie. Thank you, Definition 409. Thank you, Richard Williams, all the people that sent super chats. And for those of you who are wondering why Richard Williams isn't entered into the contest when he sends $20, it's because he's my father-in-law. He doesn't want to be in the contest. So he's not eligible. According to him. I would play him. But he's said in the past that he doesn't want to be entered into the contest. Iowa State by 10, and I'm a West Virginia fan. Well, let me go ahead and give you my picks for the Beat Pete for Wilkie. Wilkie, you can message me your teams later, and I think I've already pretty much said in the stream all the ones that I feel most confident about. But for the Beat Pete segment with Wilkie, I'm taking Clemson at minus 22.5, Rutgers at plus 11, Florida at minus 17.5, the over 51.5 Oklahoma State and TCU, and Indiana at plus 14. That's my 5 for the Beat Pete segment. So good luck, Wilkie. I think I've played Wilkie. I know I played him at least once, and I think he beat me. He was the first one to beat me. What was I? I was 4-0. I won 4 consecutive weeks against the people in the chat. And I was getting really confident about myself. I was about to start offering $40 instead of $20 for beating me. Right? I was getting real full of myself. And then Wilkie beat me. And then Slim Shady Canes beat me the next week after that. So I took 2 losses in a row. Took 2 fat L's. So I'm due to win. I'm due to win again. Arrogant, yes. Don't get a big head. It always comes back to bite you. That's great words to live by, Byrick. NC State minus 7 is free money. I agree with that. I like that pick too. I like that pick. L comes before P. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Loan you $5 to win and just keep the winnings. Well, that's an investment for me. That means I'm getting paid $20 no matter what, right? Yeah, I'm not going to pay myself. Richard Williams with another $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. He says, I'll see you next Friday. Bet you a lunch at the Ale House in my picks, Florida. All right, so he does want to bet. We'll do this. We'll do a friendly bet between me and my father-in-law. He's coming down to stay with Pete and Mrs. Pete for the holidays. He'll be here next week, as he just referenced there. We're going to go out to eat at our our favorite place to eat lunch and drink beer at the Carolina Ale House. And he says his picks are, let me write these down because I'll forget. My pen. Where's my pen? His picks are Florida, Oklahoma. What's GAL? I'm assuming he meant to say Georgia. Georgia. What's GAL? That's Georgia, right? I mean, I think he just accidentally typed an L. That's a big line. Georgia's favored by like, what, 30-something points? Alabama. I like Alabama, too. They're like 20. Last I checked, they were like 29-point favorite. Alabama and Iowa State. And this is Richard Williams. All right, it's a deal. Well, I'll bet you lunch. How about that? If you beat my 5, I'll buy lunch when you get here. If you beat my 5, you buy lunch. Sounds like a deal to me. Sounds like a deal to me. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining me on this. Hashtag pray for Uncle Lou's eyelash. It's ingrown. I think they gave him some cream for it. He shouldn't lose his eye. I think he's going to be okay. Maybe I don't know if they gave him some antibiotics for it. I think he has pretty good health insurance, so he should be okay. But everyone, make sure to, when you go to his show tonight, his live call-in show tonight at 10 o'clock. Make sure that everybody that goes in the chat and says prayers for Uncle Lou's ingrown eyelash. Let him know how much you care about him. He needs it right now. He needs all the friends he can get. He's going through a tough time. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Good luck, everybody who places some wagers this weekend. Good luck. I will see you again tomorrow night at 10 p.m. on this channel for my call-in show. Have a great day, everybody. Pigskin Pete is checking out.